Okay, hello again, everybody. This is the second video from our argumentative essay. So the first one was about writing your body paragraphs using evidence and explaining. This video is about addressing your counterclaim. So after you're done writing your 3 body paragraphs that support the 3 reasons you have for making your claim, you have to address the counterclaim, right? So as we see here, the counterclaim is the opposite or opposing viewpoint of your claim. So wherever you're at, right, if you're saying that college athletes should be paid, the opposing viewpoint, college athletes should not be paid. And so it's a pretty easy way to think about it in these terms is really you have 2 sides of an argument and what is the other side, right? So why do we do this? Well, here, recognizing the counterclaim in your paper shows that you recognize that some people may not agree with you, and this gives you credibility, right? It shows that you're somebody who isn't blind to the opposing side, that you are making your decision having looked at both sides. Because if you only hear one side of a story and you make your decision, then you're only working with half of the information. By addressing a counterclaim, you show your opposition that, no, I know your points. I've studied them, I've made sense of them, and I stand on this side for a reason. I'm making this claim even though I know your points, right? So it shows that you're a thoughtful person and that you're a reasonable person. Writing a rebuttal now kind of takes that counterclaim and starts to explain why you think that counterclaim is not logical, why it's not strong enough, why you really you're explaining why it didn't convince you, right? So you have this sheet here, and I've kind of taken the liberty to go through it and use an example again, following along with that college athlete, should college athletes be paid? I've created one and filled it out in a similar fashion to you, and doing so builds your counterclaim paragraph, right? So in the first box, you have to write your opponent's counterclaim and think about including the reason that, so don't just put the counterclaim, maybe include a reason there, right? So here, notice here as well, so I start with a transition, right? On the other hand, some people believe that just indicates that there's a counterclaim coming, so the reader knows, hey, I'm moving on, this is now not a reason to support my claim, but I'm addressing the counterclaim, right? So it signals that structure and really helps the reader understand and follow along with your thinking. So we have that. So on the other hand, some people believe that college athletes do not deserve to be paid because they are receiving payment in the form of scholarships that cover all or part of the cost of tuition. So again, ready? Here is the counterclaim, right? College athletes do not deserve to be paid, but then I've also attached a reason that those people might believe it. So when I'm doing a rebuttal, I'm attacking a specific reason for believing that others may believe the counterclaim, right? And in doing so, it helps me streamline my rebuttal. It helps me kind of focus and be very precise in that without kind of going off in all of these different directions. So why do you disagree with this claim? Provide a new reason in direct response to this claim. However, right, that's a good kind of way to start a rebuttal because some people believe this, however, they're wrong, right? However, what these critics are forgetting is that there are ancillary expenses in addition to tuition, right? And there's my reason, okay? This is my reason for not believing them. So I need to start to provide evidence, right? Some textual evidence to support the reasoning from the text above. That always helps. For example, in text 1, Gregory lists these expenses, such as money for gas, shampoo, and yes, maybe even a few beers, right? So, what did I not do? I did not include the line number, which is lines 18 and 19, so we'll just throw those in right now. Text 1, lines 18 to 19, and there we go, okay? So I have my citation as well. And now, again, right, same thing with the body paragraphs. The explanation is the key. So I want to take that, I want to think about it, I want to explain to my reader why and how this evidence supports that reasoning. So, sure, these athletes have the cost of their tuition covered, but what about their day-to-day expenses? They have to cover those in some way, and paying these student athletes is one way to do so. With the amount of time they put into their academics and athletics, it's not like they can support themselves with a part-time job. So here, right, is the explanation of how this evidence and this reason kind of go against the counterclaim and prove it wrong.